with a pen, and so you just need to put in on your right grade sheet, there's grade 9 to 11, 12, your name, your homeroom, a signature, and then an initial under March 1. So don't worry if you haven't got a chance to do that yet. I'm going to float it around right now.
Check marks.
Check marks. No check marks.
I didn't check mark. It's not mine.
We're going to float around the pen with that sheet because most folks don't bring a pen today.
Okay.
Yeah, here comes this
Set up. Just take notes.
tonight and tomorrow.
Okay.
Very excited.
Are we ready to go? Here, look at this. We're streaming here, so it's, yeah. Well, welcome. Here we go. My last session, the spring session of Phoenix Finance. So this is countdown mode now. We will run till May long weekend. Welcome, Mr. McCullough. We'll run to May long weekend. We'll run Thursdays right through. So welcome for our last go. Welcome to some new faces. Great to see you. And of course, our returning vets. Next time, bring a friend. This, of course, has been an outstanding couple of weeks. It's been killing me not to put on these sessions, so I'm excited to get going again. Here's our agenda. We're going to talk about this region and how exciting it is to live here. We're going to talk about KW home prices, $550,000, and why I think that's going up quickly. Cash for Life lottery. I can't stand lotteries. I'm going to tell you the real cash for life, and that's a pension. I'm going to actually show you my wife's pension check. You're going to see what a real pension looks like, and you're going to see the power of a pension. Star Wars has arrived. I'm going to show you some unbelievable tech that's out there right now. It's not like in a movie, it's here now, and what that means for us. What it means for us is we got to invest in the U.S. The U.S. is the tech leader on the planet. Any ETF with heavy-duty U.S. weightings is going to have heavy-duty Canadian weightings. Of course, a Canadian bias makes you quake because you're going to miss tech. We just don't have any tech heavyweights. Market crash. There were huge market crashes since we've last met, and so we're going to talk about that. It's front page news. Horrible, right? Not a chance. This allows you to get rich slowly. And we'll talk about why that's such an important piece. People get anxious when the markets get superheated. They feel like they miss out. They make bad investment decisions when the market is hot. And they make worse ones when the market goes into a tank situation. And then I'm going to tell you what I believe is a perfect investment product. I mean the one and done for your whole life. And that is a Vanguard super cheap global ETF. It would be a fantastic spot for you. It's like the perfect product. I couldn't find a better one for you. It's an ETF, and we'll talk about other options later on during our other sessions about non-ETF. You can actually purchase through your bank once you turn 18 without having to get an actual brokerage account. So busy session. Let's get started. KW, wow. As I've been telling you now for 4 years since we've been doing this, I really believe that KW is at the start of a 3-decade-long absolute boom. And here's further evidence. So this is an announcement that came out for superclusters. So the federal government threw a $1 billion, $950 million on the table, and invited consortiums, in other words, partnerships of business, industry, schools, blah, to pitch for the money. They ended up giving 5 of these packages out. They're looking for basically a made-in-Canada Silicon Valley to try to boost GDP. Obviously, innovation is the goal. So how did we do? Well, you know what? We did really well. So there was one winning bid from each section of the country and 50 pitches from different players. Amazingly, we got 2 of them. So the first one we got was the AI supercluster. This is a Quebec supercluster led by Optal Group. Quebec companies like BCE are in there, Alimentation Couche-Tard, and wow, UAW. So UAW running lead university for the AI, Artificial Intelligence Consortium. Good on them. We also won the Ontario bid. The Ontario bid brought together tech hub organizations of Waterloo and Toronto, Communitech, Mars District, as well as very large players, including Linamar, which is a Guelph automotive firm. So those of you who have me Peered 1, you hear me talking about Linamar, how much I like Linamar. So Linamar is at the core of this, along with Maple Leaf Foods. We've got a unique advantage globally here in Ontario that we have such a strong manufacturing sector, such a strong tech sector. If we can bring the two together, we can develop products and processes for the future that will absolutely impact the economy. Wow, how about that? I think these home prices are going to take off. Home prices in KW have now cleared $550,000. That's the average home price in KW of a detached home. End of January, blah, 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 10-year average, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Low listing levels, blah, blah. Detached home prices up 11% year over year, hitting 554. This is going to be scary for you because this number is going to slip away from you. So mark my words, when you go to buy your first house, it's not going to be 554,000. It's up 100,000 the last 4 years. 100,000 the last 4 years. We know we have to scrape up a 20,000 down payment to do that, and that means you have to scrape up somewhere in the neighborhood of 110,000 today to buy the average home in KW. 4 or 5 years, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, when you actually are to the point to buy your first home, that number is going to be far, far, far down the road. I think you're looking at a white-hot real estate market here. Very few listings. People want to move here. With these 2 of these 5 tech superclusters being in our own backyard, we're so fortunate and blessed. So the strategy for you then would be thinking about a condo, a townhouse. My first home was a semi, a very modest semi over on Venice Fort Crescent. Many of you would know the area. Nothing wrong with being in a semi. Don't be thinking about, I got to get into my parents' home. Your parents' home didn't get into their home when they were 22 or 24 or 25. They got into something else. And there's nothing wrong with renting. Rent and save. You've got to save. You've got to save the difference. If you're going to rent, renting will be less than paying off a mortgage. You've got to save the difference. You've got to be disciplined if you want to get into this market. Coming up with $110,000 for you and your honey, even if you can amazingly save $20,000 a year, is 5 years. And if you do that, by the time you get there, the 550 will have slipped to 750. Okay, this has gone up $100,000, and clearly it's just going to continue. So good on us, Mr. McCullough and I. We're happy folks. Now, next step, cash for life. Well, clearly, I put this on the board. Mr. Murray said, I love lottery tickets. I just want to buy lottery tickets. Don't buy lottery tickets. Don't ever buy lottery tickets. I seethe when I watch the Ontario Lottery Commission advertise. A lot of it is geared at you. A lot of it is geared at you. 20-somethings, oh, I can't get my life going, but look at this, I won cash for life, and now I can get my life going. Ooh. This is cash for life. This is my wife's actual pension check. She gets this every single month. Mr. McCullough, this is what's coming. This is cash for life. Every month until my wife passes away, she's going to get this check deposited into her account the last day of every month, and it's indexed to inflation. $4,000, and I'll get the same. That's $8,000. That's why I'm retiring early. $8,000 we get arrive in our account every month. I can't spend $8,000 a month. A trip to the Olympics would be about $8,000 for us, and I know because I've done it 4 times. So what? I want to go to the Olympics. If I spend all of this month's money, it just comes in again next month. That is cash for life. Don't you dare buy a lottery ticket. Ever, ever, ever. Don't do it. Take that money and save. We've talked about the importance of saving and investing. Be a saver. You need to earn, you need to save, you need to invest. You can create cash for life. Mr. McCullough and I, every paycheck, get 11% of our pay taken away. Not by choice, it happens.
Ms. Hodgkinson, call 5601. Ms. Hodgkinson, 5601.
The reality is what that is forced savings. And if you don't have a pension for yourself, you can create this yourself. In other words, every paycheck, we've talked about this, pay yourself first. Every single time. If you're paid on a Thursday, the Friday, take your money and hide it. Slide it over to Tangerine, get it away from yourself, put it in an account that you can't see it. Be sure those sheets are floating around. Just keep them floating around. So, yeah, that's okay. Just grab them and keep them floating. Yeah, because there's other kids in the room who haven't signed them. Just keep them moving. Okay, so that is cash for life. 11% saving for 30 years, 3 decades creates that. And you can create the same thing. Again, if you do not have a pension, if you are a sole proprietor, if you're your own owner, if you're working for a company that doesn't have a pension plan, make your own pension plan. This is cash for life. I would suggest to you that at $8,000 a month, you and your honey can have an outstanding retirement. And that's what my wife took her mother down to Florida for a week. Never been to Florida before. That's the kind of stuff you can do. Just, you go, we're going to go away March break, guaranteed. I don't know where we're going to go. It doesn't matter. We're going to go. Okay? You can do it. Create your own savings plan. Be disciplined. Invest for the long term. And the rewards are cash for life. Don't buy lottery tickets. Mr. Murray? That's cash for life.